So students, last time in the chapter of multiple integrals we have seen what is a double integral. There we have seen how the double integrals can be solved with the given limits. There we have seen how to find out if we are given this kind of double integration, then we have to integrate it first with respect to x or first with respect to y. That we can determine from the limits of the integration. If these are the limits of x equal to f1y to x equal to f2y, then we were integrating with respect to y, with respect to x. And then finally we require to integrate with respect to y. And we know that the limit of outer integrals are always constants. This kind of examples we have seen. That means these are the double integrals with given limits. The limits are already given. And in the second lecture we have seen the examples based on double integration in which this kind of double integration was written. That means the limits of integration are not given. That means we will have to determine the limits ourselves. And this can be determined from the region R. And I told you that we require to draw the figure. And from the figure we need to identify the required region. And from the region we can determine the limits of x and y. And this depends upon s. That means if we want to integrate first with respect to x, then we were taking a straight line parallel to x-axis. And if we want to integrate first with respect to y, then we were taking a straight line parallel to y-axis. This kind of examples we have seen. And here dA means dx dy or dy dx. It depends upon us whether with respect to which variable we want to integrate first. Okay. So now let us see more examples based on this. Actually, here in this kind of example, the major thinking is to determine the limits. Once if we determine the limits, then all the problems have the same concept. That means we need to integrate the double integral. So here we let us see one example. Evaluate double integration x square y square dA. Sometimes it may be also written instead of dA, it may be written dx dy directly also. But however, if the limits are not given, you can change the order of integration. That means you can write down dy dx. Whatever the limits becomes simple to integrate. So dA, where R is the region in the first quadrant, where R is the region in the first quadrant, bounded by the circle x square plus y square equal to 1. So all the problems based on double integrals are very simple. So if you do half of the work, then also you can get half of the marks. So don't get bothered. Go in a proper way so as we can determine the limits. Here you can see that this is the case of double integration x square y square dA over the region R, and region R is given as the part of the circle. So first of all we draw the figure, and always you draw the figure by using a pencil, because there may be if you get some problem in drawing the figure and you require to rub out something And if you draw the figure by using ball pen, then it will and if you try to cancel it out and crossing and you cannot rub it out. So in this case it looks very bad. So instead of this, it is proper to use a pencil. So here the region, as a region R, we are, and you don't draw a very small figure, just medium size figure is required. So circle is given, x square plus y square equal 1, and you know how to draw a circle with center at origin. Okay, this is the circle, x square plus y square equal to 1. And here it is written that R is the region in the first quadrant. So here we don't want to consider the whole circle. First quadrant is what? You know that this is the first quadrant, it is second quadrant, it is third quadrant, and it is fourth quadrant. Okay, you don't require to write down this in your examination also, but just for your kind information I have written this is first, second, third quadrants, fourth quadrants. So we want to consider a part of the circle in the first quadrant. That means this is the required region, and you can show it by using the dots within the given region. So you also draw the figure simultaneously with me. Okay. So you draw a figure. Now, yes, now we want to determine the limits. So it depends upon us with respect to which variable we want to integrate it first. Suppose we want to integrate it with respect to x first. But before of that, you just look to the function, towards the function. That means you determine with respect to which variable it will become easier for us to integrate first. Here it is x square, so we can integrate it as x cube by 3, so its integration is first. If we consider y square, then also its integration is simple, y cube by 3. So you can consider any order, either dx dy or dy dx. In both way it will be simple. Okay. So the best way is to take a straight line parallel to x-axis. So here simultaneously we draw a parallel line over parallel to x-axis in the region only. Don't draw anywhere in any region. You draw the straight line in the region only, and then we will have the limits of x and y in this way. That means x lies between the two values and y lies between the two values. And we know that the limits of outer integrals are always constants. These will be constants, but this may be constant or this may be function of y. Okay. So to do this, we will have to focus on the end points of this strip line. First, see the left end point. See, this left end point lies on which line? It lies on y-axis, we can see. And on y-axis, x equal to 0. X equal to 0. And see here, the right hand point lies on which curve? Here it lies on the circle. Where is it? It is not important. This point, where is it? It is not important. It lies on which curve? That is important. Because we can draw this kind of straight line anywhere in the circle. So this point is moving point. So it lies on the circle. So here equation of the circle is x square plus y square equal 1. So x equal to root 1 minus y square. Actually it is plus or minus, but we know that this part of the curve lies within first quadrant only, where x is positive. Now we will find out the limits of y, and as we know that it is constant always. So we can see that the region, focus on y-axis. The region starts from this point on y-axis and ends at this point. So here y equal to 0, and here it is y equal to what? The radius. Radius is what? 1. Radius is 1. So this point is 1. So now the major problem is completed, and that easier problem will come. Therefore I equal to integration 0 to 1, 0 to root 1 minus y square, x square, y square, and then we will write down here dx dy. Okay. So now the integration, here y square is constant, so we take it outside. It says the integration x cube by 3, 0 to root 1 minus y square. After the process is very simple because it requires the knowledge of integration only, and the same kind of integrations will come in almost in all the examples. So you will get more and more familiar with the formulas and the integrating formulas. Okay, so y square, here 1 by 3, I will take it outside, it is constant. So here if I will put 1 root 1 minus y square at x, so I will get 1 minus y square whole raised to 1 half, so it will be 3 by 2. And the minus 0, it is 0, so we will not write down this. Okay, so now see, this is the integration and we want to integrate it with respect to y, but looking to the function, it is very complicated for us to integrate it with respect to y. So we cannot find it easily. So for that we need to use some substitution. That means we put y equal to sine theta, suppose. So y equal to sine theta if we put, then dy equal to cos theta d theta, you know. And when we change the variable, that means we are changing y to theta. So now we want the limits of theta. So these are the limits of y. So limits will also change. That means when y equal to 0, we will have theta equal. What is this? If we put here y equal to 0, sin theta equal to 0. So sin 0 is 0. That means theta is 0. And when y equal to 1, theta is what? If we put 1 equal to sin theta, but we know that sin pi by 2 is 1. So theta equal to pi by 2. And therefore our integration will become I equal to, here I have denoted this by I, because when we will have to break between the two steps, then we cannot start it directly by writing equal, because equal must have something on left side and on right side. So whenever there is a break, we must start with the original term. But to avoid to write down the whole term, we can start it directly by I. So here we will have, it is 0 to pi by 2 y square. Y square means it is sin square theta. Okay, and here it is y square means 1 minus sin square theta. It is cos square theta. Cos square theta means it is cos cube theta. Cos cube theta. And dy is what? Cos theta d theta. That means it is 1 by 3 integration 0 to pi by 2 sin square theta cos raised to 4 theta d theta. Okay, so now here that is also one direct formula for this, sin raised to m theta into cos raised to n theta, but this is complicated formula. So instead of this, just we will convert this whole expression in terms of cos theta only, cos raised to 4 theta d theta. Okay, so this will become 1 by 3 0 to pi by 2, it is cos raised to 4 theta minus cos raised to 6 theta d theta. Here I want to show you one simple formula. If you have written this one, then I will just erase it out. Now see, I want to focus on a formula. We have a formula of 0 to pi by 2 sin raised to n theta d theta, or integration 0 to pi by 2 cos raised to n theta d theta. Both have the same formula. That means it has n minus 1 upon n into I n minus 2. We will denote this by in. This is sin raised to n theta or cos raised to n theta. Both have the same formula, n minus 1 upon n into in minus 2. And where I0 equal to pi by 2 and I1 equal to 1, you will have to remember this formula. So once if you will remember this formula, then every problem will become very simple for you. Just like here, in this case. So if we continue this problem, then we will have, here I will put a bracket because first I want to solve this cos raised to 4 theta. So here this d theta I will write down outside. So cos raised to 4 theta Just compare it with this. And here once again you remember that while you use this formula, then the limits of integration must be from 0 to pi by 2. Otherwise you cannot apply this formula. If other limits are there, other limits are there, that is 0 to pi or 0 to 2 pi, then by using some important formulas of integration, we need to convert this in terms of 0 to pi by 2. So here n equal to 4. So n equal to 4, if we put here n minus 1, 4 minus 1, that means 3 by 4 into I2 into 4 minus 2, that means I2. But the same I2 we can again apply the same formula because it is the recurrence relation. It is the recurrence relation. The recurrence relation means the same formula we can apply again and again. And this kind of one recurrence formula we have also seen for gamma function, if you remember. So again we put here n equal to 2 to determine I2. So into n equal to 2 now. 2 minus 1 divided by 2 into 2 minus 2, 0, I0. But I0 is pi by 2. Yes. So this is the value. Minus, now we will solve this one. Here n equal to 6. So 6 minus 1 by 6, that means 5 by 6 into I4. 6 minus 2 is 4, so I4. But the same I4 we will solve again by putting n equal to 4 here. So 4 minus 1 by 4 into I4 minus 2, that means I2. I2 again we will solve by putting n equal to 2. So 2 minus 1 by 2 into I0, but I0 is pi by 2. So you can simplify this value, pi by 2 you can take common and then you can combine these values and find the final answer. So I will let the final answer upon you to solve it. So you must have understood the concept of the formula, this formula, how to implement them, this formula, and to get the solution of the integration in a simple way. Okay, so here you have understood determining of the limits as well as determine use of the simple formula. Okay, now let us see more and more examples of different kinds. So you note down this example and formula. Okay. Now let us see one more example. Evaluate double integration over R 2x minus y square dA, where R is the triangular region, where R is the triangular region enclosed between the lines, enclosed between the lines y equal to minus x plus 1, y equal to x plus 1, and the y equal to 3. So now see, main task is to determine the limits of this integration, and for that the drawing of figure is very much important. So first of all we draw out a figure. Here I am drawing a figure on the right side, but you may draw in between on your paper. Then you can continue the solving part of the solution. Here you write down x-axis, it is y-axis. Okay. So now let us draw the figure. You can see that y equal to minus x plus 1 and y equal to x plus 1 both are the equations of straight lines. So straight lines are very easy to draw. To draw the straight line we require 2 points, and by joining the 2 points by means of a line we can get the graph of the straight line. So here first of all we will draw y equal to minus x plus 1. So if we put here x equal to 0, we get y equal to 1. That means 0 comma 1. Suppose this is the point, 0 comma 1 is the point. Then if we put y equal to 0, then we get x equal to 1. So we will get 1 comma 0 is the another point. If we join these 2 points, then we can get this straight line, and here you write down its name, y equal to minus x plus 1. Secondly, we draw the another line, y equal to x plus 1. If we put here x equal to 0, we get y equal to 1. Means like the same point, this point. And if we put here y equal to 0, we get x equal to minus 1. That means minus 1 comma 0 point we get. So these 2 points are for these 2 lines. So if we join these 2 points, then we get this straight line. And here I will write down y equal to x plus 1. Then y equal to 3. Y equal to 3 is the line parallel to x-axis drawn at the point 3. This is 2. This is y, 3. This is 3. So if we draw this line, it is y equal to 3. So I will extend this line. No exact measurement is required here. Simply you know the type of the curve and draw the graph approximately. So here all the 3 straight lines we have drawn in the graph. Now we want to determine the region R. Which is the region R? And I told you that the region R must be bounded by the given curves. Curve. Here I am using the word curve. This can be used for any type of curve, that is straight line or parabola or hyperbola, ellipse, whatever it is. So we are given this curve, this curve, this curve. So bounded region is this one. This is the whole region, and it is the triangular region. You can see here it is also, you can see that this is just like a bounded region. But one boundary is x-axis, but we are not given x-axis as the boundary, so we will not consider this one. This is the open part. So closed region is this one only. This one only. Okay. Now the figure has been drawn. Now we want to determine the limits of integration. And as I am telling you repeatedly that it depends upon us that whether we want to integrate it first with respect to x or first with respect to y. Here, for that we first look at the function. Here we can integrate it with respect to x easily. Yes, no problem is there. We can also integrate first with respect to y also. Y also. Then, so here we can integrate first with respect to x or y. There is no problem depending upon the function. But now look at the figure. As I told you that best way is to take the straight line parallel to x-axis, and see its 2 endpoints. Okay. But one thing I want to show here that instead of parallel to x-axis, suppose if you would have taken a straight line parallel to y-axis, then what will happen? If we take a straight line parallel to suppose y-axis, then what will happen? As I told you that this straight line parallel to y-axis can be drawn anywhere. You can draw here or here or here. But before drawing the straight line, you must see that within the region you are allowed to draw straight line parallel to y-axis anywhere, but the end points, upper end point and lower end point, must be on the same curve. So you can see that this upper point is on the same curve, that means same straight line. But the lower end point, you can see that if you start from this, then this lower end point is on the same curve up to this one. But after then, the curve is changing. The lower end point is changing the type of the curve. So we cannot continue this in a single way if we take a straight line parallel to y-axis. But if we consider a straight line parallel to x-axis, then we can do this in a single way, because here you can see that if we draw this straight line parallel to x-axis from here to here, then this left hand point will remain on the same curve, the right hand point will also remain on the same curve. So take a straight line parallel to x-axis. Okay. Therefore, we have the limits of x are and limits of y are. X, to see this on the left hand point, it is on this curve, and this curve is the equation y equal to minus x plus 1, y equal to minus x plus 1. So x equal to 1 minus y. Similarly, see here right hand point is on this line, and this line has the equation y equal to x plus 1. So x equal to y minus 1. Then we will see the limits of y. For that, see the y-axis. On y-axis, see the region. This region lies between these 2 points. See this point. This point is at y equal to 1. And this point is at y equal to 3. So these are the limits. So therefore, we can solve the integration by using 1 to 3, 1 minus y to y minus 1, 2x minus y square, dx dy, because our first integration is with respect to x. So you can find out the integration by using this one, 1 to 3, 2 x square by 2 is this integration, y square is constant, so y square into 1 we can consider this as, so its integration is x, it is 1 minus y to y minus 1 dy, because now the role of dx is completed. So here you can write down this as 1 to 3, this 2 and 2 will cancel, we put x equal to y minus 1, so y minus 1 whole square into y square, into here it is y minus 1, lower limit is still remain to put, 1 minus y we put, then minus sign, 1 minus y whole square, minus plus, so y square into 1 minus y dy. Then you can factorize it and integrate. Okay. So the remaining part of the solution I will leave upon you. You can solve it yourself. Okay. And the answer is minus 68 by 3. Minus 68 by 3. Okay. So you note down this one. Okay. But now I want to show you the same thing. If you have considered a straight line parallel to y-axis, then what would happen? This I will show you. Same answer you will get, but the process of integration will become some linear. This is the region. I will consider strip line parallel to y-axis. I told you that the upper end point lies on the same curve, but this lower end point changes its position of the curve. That means if I will draw strip line here, then this lower point is on the different curve and this lower point is on the different curves. So here in this case we will have to divide the whole region R into two sub-regions. This as first region R1 and this region as R2. Okay. So here we will have to determine the limits over R1 and over R2. So over R1 we will have to determine the limits of first y. We are also same in R2. R2 also same. We need to find out the limits. Then the limits of x and then the limits of x. Okay. Okay. So here in the region R1, that means in this part, we will determine the limits of R1. See the endpoints. I told you that always see the endpoints. This endpoint lies on this curve where y equal to minus x plus 1. So here minus x plus 1. Upper endpoint. This is on this straight line where y equal to 3. Y equal to 3 because we are determining the limits of y. Then we will see the limits of x. Limits of x, for that see x-axis. Look at the x-axis. And see on x-axis this region lies between these 2 points, this point to this point. See, this region lies between these 2 points on x-axis. So here, what is x? For that we will have to solve these two curves. That means this, it is the intersection of this straight line and this straight line. That means y equal to 3 and y equal to minus x plus 1. So if we put here y equal to 3, we get 3. That means 3 equal to minus x plus 1. So minus x equal to 3 minus 1, that means 2. So x equal to minus 2. So here x is minus 2 and here x is 0. Okay. Then in region R2, we will see lower point here. This lower point is on this curve. It is y equal to x plus 1. So here it is x plus 1. And upper end point is y equal to 3. So here it is 3. Then x. The limits of x can be written. See, this region lies between these 2 points. This point to this point on x-axis. So here x is 0 we know. But what is x here? So this is the intersection of these 2 points. Y equal to 3 and y equal to x plus 1. So if we put here y equal to 3, we get x plus 1. So x equal to 2. And here it is 0. Okay. So see, one thing you must remember that whenever we divide the whole region into two sub-regions R1 and R2, then in R1 if we take parallel to strip line parallel to y-axis, then in a region R2 also you must take parallel to y-axis. You cannot consider different strip lines in two different regions. That means if you consider parallel to y-axis and if you consider here parallel to y-axis, x-axis, then this is not allowed. Okay, so here you can see that in first part we can do this within a single integration if we consider parallel to x-axis because the same endpoint position is going on. So here you can see now that this integration I can be written as double integration of 2x minus y square dy dx plus double integration 2x minus y. So same integration but the limits are different only. So this is over R1 and this is over R2. So over R1 these limits are minus x plus 1 to 3 and this is from minus 2 to 0. This is from on R2. So it is from x plus 1 to 3 and this is from 0 to 2. So if you integrate these two integrations, then you will get the same answer as this one. So here you must keep in mind some points that first you can check your simple way by considering the function whether it with respect to it is easy to integrate with respect to x or y. Here we have determined that it can be integrated x or y, both are simple. Then the second way to simplify this is that whether it is better to take strip line parallel to x-axis or parallel to y-axis. Here in this case we can see that it is better to take a strip line parallel to x-axis. Okay. So now this is the example. You can also try yourself to solve this part, but in examination you will have to solve by using only one part, either in this way or in this way. No need to do this by considering straight line parallel to both axes. Now let us see another example. Evaluate double integration over arc y sin xy dA and R is the region bounded by x equal to 1, x equal to 2, y equal to 0 and y equal to pi by 2. So here you can see this example is very simple. Limits are not given. We require to determine the limits. For that we need to draw the figure. As I told you, see the type of figure: x equal to 1, x equal to 2, y equal to 0, y equal to pi by 2. All of them are straight lines, and straight lines parallel to x-axis and parallel to y-axis. So obviously we will get a square or rectangular figure, and wherever we get square or rectangular figure, then if you don't draw a figure, then also it will do. You can do it directly. So for that you will have to y sin xy. Here we will write dx dy or dy dx. You just determine with respect to which variable the integration is easy. Here x is only at one place, so y, if we integrate with respect to x, then y is constant, so this y we can take it outside, so only we require to integrate this one. So with respect to x it is easy, but if you try to integrate with respect to y, then it will become more complicated, because there it will require integration by part, and it may become complicated case. So here it is better to integrate with respect to x first. That means the limits of x are from 1 to 2, 0 to pi by 2. Here we have written the limits directly without drawing the figure, because we know that the limits are already given in their original form. If you want to draw the figure, you can do it. X equal to 1. Suppose this is x equal to 1. This is x equal to 2. Y equal to 0. Y equal to 0 means x-axis. And y equal to pi by 2. Suppose this is y equal to pi by 2. So this is the region. This is the region. So here we want to integrate first with respect to x. So if we take parallel to straight line parallel to x-axis, then obviously here this is the line x equal to 1. So this point lies on this line x equal to 1, and this point lies on x equal to 2. And to determine the limits of y, see the y-axis, their region lies between these 2 points. Here y equal to 0 and here y equal to pi by 2. So integration y is constant, so we take it outside. Integration of sine, this y is constant, so it is just like sine ax. Sine ax. So sine is the integration minus cos xy. And when there is some constant, then we divide this by the constant. So 1 to 2 dy. Okay. So if we find out derivative, then we multiply by the constant. If we find the integration, then we divide by the constant. So you must keep in mind. So 0 to pi by 2. So here y is there. These are the limits of x. So x equal to 2. So minus cos 2y upon y. And if you put here 1, then it will become plus 1 minus sign will come. So cos y upon y dy. So this y and y will be cancelled. So now the integration of this minus cos 2y is sin 2y upon 2. And this is the integration sin y upon 1, because y is the coefficient 1, 0 to pi by 2. And here you can see that if you put pi by 2, y equal pi by 2, 2 and 2 will cancel. So sin pi is 0. Plus here sin pi by 2, it is 1. Then we put minus 0. Lower limit is 0. So sin 0 is 0. and this is also sine 0 is 0. So the answer is 1. So you can solve this example. Also you can practice yourself. Next time we will see more examples of different types of double integrals where you can use different ideas to solve the examples based on multiple integrals. That means mostly we will focus on polar coordinates. What is polar coordinates and what is their role, that we will see in the next lecture. Till then you can practice with the examples which I have shown to you over here. So once if you will get practice, there will be no problem to you. All the problems are very simple. Okay? Thank you.